Hello, Mr. Preston.
Hello, Doctor.
Nice to see you. Preston.
Hello, Doctor.
Nice to see you. My name's Dr. Ahmed. I'm just going to be examining you today, if that's okay.
Right, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
Just want you to relax. I'm just going to observe you from the end of the bed. May I roll your trousers up?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay. Just going to move in a little bit closer. Just going to start by looking at your hands, if that's okay. So can I have a look at both of them? Okay, that's fine. Relax that one down. Let's turn that over. Just going to feel your pulse. Okay. Do you have any pain in this shoulder?
No.
I'm just going to lift your arm up if that's okay. Thank you. Just relax your arm down. Check the blood pressure at this point. I'm just going to move on now and examine the face and the neck. Just relax your head back for me. Just turn your head slightly to the left. Just going to press on your belly. Going to have a look at your face if that's okay. Can you slip your glasses off for me, please? All right, thank you. Just have a look at your eyes. Just open your mouth for me. Put your tongue out and to the roof of your mouth. Thank you. And close your mouth. Thank you. Just going to have a look at your neck and have a feel of the pulse in your neck again. Thank you. Just going to have a look at the front of your chest. Have a feel of your heart. Okay. I'm just going to have a listen to your heart. I'm going to feel the subclavian artery instead of the carotid. Just find it easier. Okay, just pop that left arm above you. You can put your glasses back on if you like. Oops. Just like you to put your left arm above your head like that. And just roll over onto your side a little bit for me. Perfect. That's fine, you can pop your arm down. And if you can just sit forward for me. Thank you. Oh, you don't need to sit that far forward. Well done. Take a deep breath in and out and hold it there. And breathe normally. Thank you. Just going to have a look at the back of your chest whilst I'm here. No scars. Just have a listen to your chest. Deep breaths in and out, please. Examine for any sacral edema. Just relax back for me. Thank you. Do you have any pain in your legs?
No. I get a little bit of cramp from time to time.
There's no peripheral edema. I'm just going to pop this down. Just relax your head back for me. Just going to press on your belly slightly or feel your belly. It's fine. Having completed the cardiovascular examination, I'd want to assess for any radiofemoral delay. I've palpated to see whether or not he had a pulsatile lever. I'd continue to check all of his peripheral pulses, dip his urine for any blood or protein, and assess the patient's temperature, pulse and respiration charts. Mr. Preston appears to be comfortable, breathing at a good rate and a good colour. Clinically, he has a slow, irregular pulse. There's evidence of 2 median sternotomy scars, together with vein harvesting scars on the lower legs. He has evidence of a raised JVP at rest, together with CV waves which can be accentuated by palpating his liver. His JVP is elevated. There's a pansystolic murmur heard loudest at the left sternal ledge, but also at the apex and radiating to the axilla. There's no evidence of any peripheral edema. Mr. Preston was clinically in atrial fibrillation. He had evidence of a raised JVP at rest, with a loud pansystolic murmur heard both at the apex radiating to the axilla, but also at the left sternal ledge. There was also evidence of CV waves, and the venous pressure was confirmed to be elevated by the hepatojugular reflex, which proved that indeed the pulsations in his neck were indeed venous. There was no evidence of any peripheral edema, and the lung fills were otherwise clear to auscultation. In summary, Mr. Preston has atrial fibrillation, mitral regurgitation, together with tricuspid regurgitation. It's sometimes easier to first appreciate whether or not the JVP is elevated by examining the patient from a distance in the first instance, and on examining Mr. Preston it's quite clear that there was a visible outward pulsation in his neck to start with. Therefore, we needed to confirm that this was indeed venous, which can be done by confirming that it isn't the carotid pulse, confirming that it isn't pulsatile, and it does rise when performing the hepatojugular reflex. He had evidence of CV waves, which would be in keeping with tricuspid regurgitation, thus proving that his systolic murmur at the left sternal edge wasn't simply attributable to his MR, which is heard loudest in the apex, going to the axilla, but also that he had TR.